Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of MusicalConman plays Slay That Spire. Let's see, I think today we will try a run up the Spire. What do you know? So last time we played Ironclad, next up is the Silent. I mean, we don't have to play the characters in this order, but it seems to be working out, so why would we change it now? This ought to get us our final unlock with the Silent, so let's look at our options. Upgrade a card, never bad. It's usually neutralized, by the way. This goes from 3 damage 1 week to 4 damage 2 week, and 2 week for 0 energy is pretty nice for a starting deck. But there's other things to choose. Obtain a curse, max HP plus 14. I'm not usually that interested in. Max HP is nice, but a curse is pretty bad, and if you're spending all that gold to remove a curse at a shop, or just having a few fights with it, it can cost you. This is nice if it helps you steal an elite that you wouldn't otherwise have taken, but at this Ascension difficulty, we're pretty much fighting every elite anyway. So there's also lose your starting relic, get a boss relic. So let's look at the map. Alright, it looks like we're going to fight an elite no matter what we do. So that is a bit of an aggressive act. If we go this way, we get 3 hallway fights before anything else, and then we can either take a campfire into elite campfire, or we can take an extra elite. And either way, we get campfires here. We can choose shop, campfire, or super elite, depending how buff we're feeling. I think this is just a card upgrade here. I think that's just the chillest choice. So 2 week is going to be really nice against Lagavulin and Gremlin Knob as far as elites go. Do I want to fight a hard hallway fight before my first elite by taking 4 hallway fights instead of 3? Nah. Let's go for the question marks first. Alright, so we'll weaken that. Block that, and alright. We've done some damage, we've fully blocked. On we go. It is not attacking, so we strike, and move on with our lives. Alright, it is at 25 health. We can block for 18, so we're going to do that. Awesome, it has no block, and it is not attacking, so we just get to play 3 strikes. It is going to buff its strength, become a more formidable opponent, but luckily, it doesn't have any health. Dexterity Potion is nice for a long fight. And I'm interested in the Poison Stab. Dodge and roll, by the way. So this is a good time to chat briefly about when I say different cards are good in different acts or at different times. Different cards do different jobs that you need your deck to do, right? So Blur, you can see obviously it's just, if you don't have a lot of block, it's just to defend. And that's not very good to add to your deck. But if you do have a lot of block, then all of a sudden this can fully block for multiple turns. Well, sorry. If you block already for this turn, this can help you block next turn, which is really nice. Dodge and Roll is a card, but you can see it's only good when you have other cards. Dodge and Roll is a good block card. It gets much better once you have Dexterity or something like that to turn it to gain, 8 block, next turn gain 8 block. But Poison Stab just does damage, and right now we don't have we haven't added cards to our deck, so we just need cards that do damage. Alright, do we want to trade HP for Relic? Yeah. We're at 70. I'm down to go down. And we get Gambling Chip pretty early. So Gambling Chip, Ring of the Snake is a tried and true combo. You just get a lot of cards on turn 1, and then you get your favorite cards. So that's really nice. Alright, Cleric. We could heal 17, but we only took 7 from that slime. We could remove a card from our deck, and I think we'd like to remove a Strike. It's a little early, because Strike is still one of the better cards in our deck, because there aren't any cards in our deck, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, we can kill that one. So we just want one more strike. You know what? We want Poison Stab. So if we reroll these 4, we almost If we reroll all of them, we certainly get it. So we could do Poison Stab on that, or we could do Strike, Neutralize, and Poison Stab here. So this would deal 15 damage to that this turn, and 3 more over the next turns. So this is 18 damage, but I think it's better to make it weak. So let's just do Poison Stab here, it'll kill it. And do 14 damage to that, but weak. Sorry, 16 damage to that, but weak this turn. We are frail, so this will not actually fully block, but this will fully kill. So it's kind of a moot point. Ooh, okay. So Flying Knee is just a basic, simple attack that you add to your deck early in the run because you just need to do that. Backflip is a great card later in the game. Drawing cards is really good once you have really good cards. Right now, drawing 1 more strike and 1 more defend is not exciting at all. Crippling Cloud is very good, especially early in the run. I'd love to get Crippling Cloud in play on turn 1. I mean, if I get rid of 6 of these, I'm guaranteed to get Crippling Cloud and Poison Stab, which is exactly what I want. Alright, so now the enemy, we've only attacked it for 10, but it has 7 poison and 4 weak, so there goes 7 health. There goes 6 more health to the poison. Oh. A little more poison. And there goes the rest of its health. So that's really nice, being able to apply poison quickly. Bane. Bane is a really nice attack if you feel confident enemies will be poisoned, but Dagger Spray is also good. So we're gonna fight, I think we're gonna fight an elite here. I think if we're fighting Lagavulin or Gremlin Knob, it's gonna be kind of tough. If we're fighting Lagavulin, we'll probably use a Dex Pot, but the ability to play the cards we really want to play on turn 1 will help a lot. I think we do well against those two. I think we struggle a little more against Sentries, because Crippling Cloud will, the poison will just be wasted, so let's take that. This is a bit of a risk. We got Gremlin Knob, so we really want to play Crippling Cloud this turn, because it's a skill. And right now we can just play a skill, but later in the fight, playing skills will be punished. So the question is, do we want to reroll 5 and have a 5 out of 7 chance we get it, or do we want to reroll our favorite cards too? And I think we want to try and get the best possible turn 1, which means taking a small chance that we do not draw a Crippling Cloud, because I really want to get Neutralize and Poison Stab in play as well. We did not draw a Crippling Cloud. That is unfortunate, but we still get to make it weak and apply some poison. It would have been nice to make it extra weak and apply extra poison, but that's how it goes. Playing Crippling Cloud will increase the damage we take this turn, but making it weak will decrease the damage we take next turn, applying 2 extra weak. So we're just going to get hit here. Alright, does it save us block to play Survivor? It's only gaining 2 strength per turn, and we are not vulnerable, so yes, as long as we can kill it in less than 4 turns, very good. 2 more strength. Do I think we can kill it in 3 turns? Next turn we deal 6, 8, so 14, 20, and then with the poison, so 23 damage next turn, plus 5, so 28 damage next turn. So we're not going to kill it next turn, but we're going to kill it the turn after that. So this blocks for 5, but we take 2 more damage this turn, 2 more damage next turn, so I think this saves us 1 damage over the course of the fight. What's the worst possible hand? It's all block cards. If we draw all block cards, we don't kill it next turn. If we play this, 6 plus 7 plus 6, so 12 and So 19. So if we play this strike, we still have to draw a damage card or else it doesn't die. If we play this defend, I'm going to take a bit of a risk here and see if I can take a little extra health out here. Okay, this is why I should have played a strike. This is bad news. We cannot quite kill it, and if we had played a strike, that would have been the safe thing to do. So we're just going to block for as much as we can. I'm not sure this even saves us block. No, it gains 2 strength and vulnerables. And we're vulnerable, so this increases the damage we take by 3, but it blocks for 5. This is way more defense than I want to be playing against Gremlin Knob, so we're going to lose a lot of health here. That's what happens when you take a gamble and it doesn't pay off. Upgrading attacks sounds nice. And I will take an Infinite Blades early on. We just need a way to do damage. And this does a little bit of damage every turn. We do upgrade 2 strikes, that helps. So this next elite is, we have to fight it. It's either Lagavulin or Sentries. Both of them we do a little better against now with Infinite Blades. Can we afford to upgrade a card here and not die? If we do, we'll probably have to rest here, but it might reduce the damage we take here if we're certain we won't die. With a Dexterity Potion, I think we probably will not die. So, against Sentries, the upgrade is Dagger Spray. Against Lagavulin, the upgrade is Poison Stab. But against anybody, Crippling Cloud is a really good upgrade. As long as we can play a Neutralize or a Poison Stab on the Sentries first. Okay, and it doesn't matter. So this turn we want to play Infinite Blades and Crippling Cloud. That applies a bunch of poison and a bunch of weak and gets our power in play. Let's get Infinite Blades in play first. We will go ahead and apply a couple weak, because we don't have a reason not to. But since we get to choose when to wake this up, we want to get our powers and so on in play first. So we'll apply 3 weak. Next turn, we will wake it up no matter what, and hopefully we will wake it up with Crippling Cloud. Awesome. 7 poison is really nice. And now our job is just to block and let Infinite Blades and Poison do the rest. I think this fight is going to take a little while, so let's go ahead and use our Dexterity Potion. It saves us 4 health this turn. We're not playing a regular strike. And normally, with this enemy, you kind of want to just race and kill it as quickly as possible before it debuffs your strength, but since we have Poison, the damage will take care of itself over time. I mean, if we could block for 10 turns, this would deal 55 damage. So, technically, it's already dead. That said, we'd like to kill it a little sooner than that. But it's an example of, like, if we didn't have Poison, we'd have to play a ton of strikes. Alright, so we can fully block. Really nice that it only takes away 1 strength and 1 dexterity from us. Once we get to a certain higher ascension level, it will take away 2. Bottled Flame, Essence of Steel. So we can choose an attack to start with that in our hand every fight. It's probably going to be Neutralize, but let's see what we add to our deck. Okay. So Skewer is just a nice way to turn energy into damage. It's especially nice if it's upgraded. We are against Hexaghost. So against, for example, Slime Boss, where you just want to split it for as much damage as possible, this helps us deal a lot of damage in 1 turn. But a Deadly Poison helps us against just single enemies with big health bars. And I think that's going to be pretty good against Hexaghost. Skewer is a better card for hallway fights, though. I don't think we've only added 2 just regular attacks, but we have upgraded 2 strikes. I think we could still use another way to kill a louse on turn 1, or other things. And let's still bottle and neutralize. With so many cards in our hand on turn 1 and the chance to choose what we like, having a decent 0-cost card is always nice. Mummified Hand, when you play a power card, a random card costs 0. That's really nice. That kind of incentivizes me to upgrade Infinite Blades. Makes it a little better to play on turn 1. We could also upgrade Skewer. Do we want to fight this elite or just take a couple upgrades? If we fight this elite, we have to rest here. So it's not just an elite or an upgrade, it's kind of an elite or 2 upgrades. I'm okay going into the Hexacoast fight with 24 health, since we have a potion. I think it makes sense to just take 2 upgrades instead of an elite fight. But there are a lot of... We're going to go to 2 events. And there are a lot of events in Act 1 that ask you to trade health for some sort of power. For example, the Rust Slime event we already got, where we dug in for that gambling chip relic. There's an upgrade event. Let's just play it safe. Let's heal up here. Okay, remove a card from your deck, transform a card in your deck, upgrade a card in your deck. We could remove a strike and just get a really sleek deck that's really easy to manipulate with gambling chip. Upgrading Skewer, though, I think is good for the same reasons that taking Skewer is good. It just helps us do a lot of damage early in the fight. Okay, this is exactly what we like. Ominous Forge, get a special relic, thank you very much. I am happy to take that curse. Start your turn, upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. The curse is also going to be kind of nice with gambling chip, because if we get it on turn 1, we can get rid of it. Since we took that healing, let's go ahead and get the Super Elite out of the way. Okay, we are being attacked for a bunch. So we're going to make it weak, so 18 is going to go down to 14, 13. 25% of 18 is 4.5, so 13.5 rounds down to 13. So if we just get a Survivor, we're pretty good. Or another Defend. I don't want to reroll too hard because I don't really want to get Pain, and I'll keep the Infinite Blades. Okay. Let's think about what we're doing here. So we're always doing that. Do we want to play the power, defend, or do we want to do that? That would take it. This would take it down to 31 health, which does split it. Or we could take 3 damage and wait for a better split later. That said, after it splits, Crippling Cloud and Dagger Spray are both really good ways to deal with that. But we could also take 3 damage. Do we expect to take more than 3 damage if we split? Now, let's move on to the next phase of the fight. I think we can handle it. And that was a mistake. Well, hold on, we can block for 21. But then we don't get to do any damage. Yeah, that was a mistake. Don't split too early, kids. I don't think either of those are worth playing. I don't think we potion here. One thing to note about the Hexaghost fight is it has an attack that actually does more damage the more health you have. Let's definitely defend here. And do I want to take 1 damage to play Neutralize? I think we can kill them without taking damage without playing Neutralize if we get the right attacks. They got a lot of poison on them. Alright, they got... Skewer kills one of them if we spend all our energy on it, or we could just fully block. I think we're doing that. So Dagger Spray is 6 to both. I think Survivor, Defend, Dagger Spray is the thing that makes the most sense. They can just keep losing that poison health. So you see the work Crippling Cloud is doing for us. That will kill that. That will kill that eventually. And sure, we'll take a Shiv next turn, why not? Off with their heads. Fruit juice, max HP potion. Pretty nice. Okay. What does our deck need for the upcoming challenges? Another source of weak is nice, but we already have 4 weak. And we get neutralize guaranteed on turn 1, so I don't think we need Sucker Punch. We could get Quick Slash just for 1 more Strike Plus. But 2 of these, we have 2 actual Strike Plus and 2 of these that are okay, and a Skewer that does a lot. So I don't know if we need a Quick Slash right now. We could take a Deflect, but we don't have anything that really makes Deflect good right now. So I think Quick Slash is still better than skipping though. And it'll be good in this fight. Okay, let's definitely get rid of Pain. We definitely want to play Crippling Cloud. The rest of our deck is mostly defensive cards, so let's pick what we want to play. It's Crippling Cloud, Unpoison Stab, and Neutralize. Skewer does 30 damage, but we want to do that later. We want the poison to do all its good work now. 6 damage, 3 poison is better than 10 damage on turn 1. So let's get rid of all these, draw a bunch of stuff we don't really care about, and get through our deck to get these back faster. Cool. Bunch of poison, a zillion weak, and in turn. Alright, Infinite Blades is really nice. That does make a defend cost 0. Well, we're always playing a strike here. Do I think we can kill it in a few turns? Yeah, I do. Do I think we can kill it in 2 turns? Not so much. I think this is going to be a good fight for Essence of Steel. It'll block for 4 per turn. Well, 4 this turn, 3 this turn, since we can't fully block. Ooh, this is a bad turn to have Pain, but we just gotta play all our attacks anyway, I think. And giving it 2 strength this turn and 2 strength next turn, and taking 1 damage now seems rough. Our worst hand next turn is all defense, but we've got a lot of attacks in there. We can almost certainly kill it next turn. I'm going to take a risk. You remember how last fight I took that same risk and it didn't work out? I didn't learn. Because this time our odds were better and it did work. Okay, we get a Smoke Bomb. We get to help us escape from a bad non-boss fight. Emerald Key, Regal Pillow, heal more when we rest, and we get to add a... Ooh. I mean, I love Burst, but Piercing Wail is really good against an enemy that does ×6 attacks. Burst is fun with Crippling Cloud, but Piercing Wail is the clear, correct choice here. I really want to upgrade. Do we live if we do it? We have 29 health thanks to Fruit Juice, but Pain is going to take a few. We've got a lot of damage with the poison. We don't need to upgrade Piercing Wail right now because it's not going to attack for more than 6 × 6 usually. If it's attacking for more than that, we're in great danger no matter what. Okay, we could upgrade an Infinite Blades, just always have that on turn 1. So we could always have Infinite Blades and Neutralize on turn 1 in our big hand, and if we don't like them, we can get rid of them and get something else. That's not bad. But I think we upgrade Poison Stab. 1 more poison each time we play is just going to help us kill this thing a little bit faster. And honestly, that's my main concern, is just getting rid of the Hexaghost, because if we're upgrading here, then we just need to kill it before it destroys us. We really want to get our powers in play. Well, we have 1 power, and we want to get Crippling Cloud and Poison in play. We will keep the weak, and we will keep the Infinite Blades. Pain is unfortunate, but it doesn't change what we must do. Let's draw a card and see if we get something we really like. Okay, we got Survivor. Do I want to discard the Pain to save a couple damage, or do I want to just hit it harder? We don't have much health. Alright. Give me a free attack. No free attack. Sad, sad. Alright, so now it's going to attack us for 1 times 6. It would normally be 2 times 6, but it is weak. So we definitely Crippling Cloud. And the question is, do we defend or just Poison Stab? I think our health is pretty precious right now, and I don't think Poison help. Poison Stab is 4 extra damage every turn, which is really good. But over the course of the fight, that's what? 6, 7, 8 turns, you know, that's going to be like 30 damage. That's a lot, but I think 5 extra health helps us get there better. And Warped Tongues is going to be upgrading our cards slowly over the course of the fight. Here we're just playing whatever does the most damage. And fully blocking. So we did get the Poison Stab. It does have 10 poison down to 9, but as we keep drawing Poison Stab, that'll keep going on. So one thing to note about the Poison Stab upgrade is every turn it takes its poison damage, then its poison goes down by 1. So if you keep playing poison, you can keep that number going back up, which is good. So 4 poison is also... 1 more poison isn't that much, but it's helping keep it from going down further, if that makes sense, because 9 damage per turn is a lot, and making sure that we can keep that active for the whole fight is good stuff. Pain is rough. Let's play Defend. If we don't play the Shiv, it's going to be a nasty card in our deck, but we also take 1 damage to play it. Skewer is nice when we have Pain, because we get to spend 2 energy on 1 card. And I think let's save the 1 health. I think our health is very precious in this fight. I don't think 4 damage to it is going to make the difference between life and death as often as 1 damage to us. We got the Pain back, and we got the Shiv back. Poison Stab, we gotta get that poison. 12 damage is worth it. Is 6 damage better than 4? It's gonna do a big attack next turn. We have Piercing Wail. It is no longer weak next turn. We have 1 source of weak we could draw. We have Piercing Wail we could draw. I think it's attacking for 9 times 2 next turn, maybe? So we could deal 10 damage, take 2 damage. I think we are just trying to kill it. 7 times 2. That's right, we are at a lower difficulty than I'm used to playing at. And so with weak, that's 5 times 2, so we're completely fine this turn. We did draw a lot of our block cards. Hopefully we can get Piercing Wail, not next turn, but the turn after next. Okay, awesome. So this, you can see these orbs around it lighting up. When it gets to all 6, it's going to do a big attack, and Piercing Wail will fully block that. So this turn we defend, strike, strike. It's kind of nice that all our cards are upgraded. Thank you, Warped Tongues. Alright, so 4 times 6. I like 0 times 6 better. We could defend to prevent 2 damage from burn, but if we deal 20 damage with that poison, it gets really close to death. So then we just need 1 more attack. Well, yeah, because even if we just draw Strike, it's probably upgraded. Also, we've got Shiv. Yep, it's very dead. Cool. Ooh, a little bit of a risk going into that with lower health, but it wasn't that bad after all. We could take an Envenom, do a little more poison with Infinite Blades. We could take a Nightmare. I don't think there's anything we want to Nightmare yet. We take a Glass Knife. It's just a really good front-loaded damage card. So Envenom is scaling damage. It'll help us kill big enemies eventually. It's good with Infinite Blades, Dagger Spray, and Neutralize, that are both things that hit multiple times for not that much energy, or just don't cost energy to hit. But I think Glass Knife is probably a better choice. It just helps us end fights sooner. I think if we want to do a little poison to everything, there are better choices later. That said, we do have Mummified Hand, so Envenom is a little better than usual. I think Glass Knife is correct, but we do have some decent upgraded strikes and a skewer to help us end early fights quickly. I'm gonna dream. At Ascension 20, I would take Glass Knife here every time, but we can afford a little more risks. Fusion Hammer could actually be good here. Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer upgrade at rest sites, but we have Warp Tongue, so we don't really need rest sites to upgrade our cards. So the question is, are our most important cards upgraded? Neutralize is upgraded, Crippling Cloud is upgraded, Skewer is upgraded. I'm okay if Infinite Blades is not upgraded. I'm okay if Envenom and Piercing Wail are not upgraded. The rest are just simple block and all that. This would remove a curse and a strike, which is interesting. Or we could just go Elite Hunting, but I think Fusion Hammer makes a lot of sense here. It's a classic with Warped Tongues. And one nice thing, Whetstone upgraded 2 strikes, which isn't ideal, but those strikes are already upgraded, so it's better odds that Warp Tongues will upgrade stuff we do like. Alright, early store helps us remove pain. That's really compelling, but we can get a store here too. We're fighting an elite almost every path. We could fight 3 if we go this way, but and we go to an early store, and we get a 1 campfire. This way we get 1 campfire. So remember, since we no longer upgrade at campfires, but we do rest for a huge amount, campfires aren't really things to make us strong, right? They're just things to refill our health. So I'm going to take this right path. What do I want to draw here? If I draw Piercing Wail, it fully blocks for 1 card. But also if I just make it weak to Fin, that works fine. I'm going to keep Skewer, actually. Because I want Infinite Blades to make one of these cards free. And it won't hit Skewer, and it won't hit Neutralize, because this already costs 0. Wait, we have 4 energy. So we can totally keep all of this. So we already fully block. Let's see what costs 0. Defend plus. So we could Piercing Wail and then Skewer, but since Defend is free, we can just fully Skewer. So, good turn 1. Uh-oh, careful. That's a different run. Copyright, copyright. Do we want to take 1 damage? I don't think we can win this fight without taking damage if we also just pass this turn. So let's discard Pain, play Envenom, apply a couple of Poison, and now we're doing pretty good here. Alright, it continues to not attack us. Do we want to draw one of these? We want to draw Crippling Cloud. But the attack is fine too. And that's the fight. You know what? I shouldn't have done that. I just hit 1 and clicked because it was the first card in my hand, and I knew it would be a Shiv, but we had Pain, so we took 1 damage, and if I had just hit in turn, I would not have taken any damage there. My bad. I'm going to gain some max HP and take the Gambler's Brew. Predator is a nice big attack. Backstab is strong on turn 1. Since we get extra... We've got 7 cards on turn 1, so we could sometimes get rid of it. But is it really that great at this point in the run? I don't know. Let's take a Predator. We don't really have... We have a Skewer. We could use another single target attack, and the card draw is good. I think Predator is still nice for us, and... Ooh, we can remove cards from our deck at rest sites. That means we don't have to rest at them. So that's something compelling. It does let us get rid of that Pain later, but it also takes a ton of gold. We could also Footwork for 69. We could get a Hand of Greed if we wanted to try and farm for extra money. Might pay for itself later, and deal 20 damage for 2 energy is not bad. But we can't do Hand of Greed and this. I do not think Strange Spoon is that interesting because it's just going to fill our deck with Shivs. When we play a Shiv, instead we discard it and then we draw a nasty 0-cost small damage attack. No good. So, if we bought this, we would probably do Peace Pipe, Footwork, and that would be that. We could also do Hand of Greed, Card Remove, Footwork. Either way, we could probably also grab a Piercing Wail just for the heck of it. I think we do like another Piercing Wail. We are against a multi-enemy fight, so it's good there. So Hand of Greed, Footwork, Card Remove, or Peace Pipe Card Remove. I really like Footwork, and it's a power, so it works well with Mummified Hand. We could, we could Footwork and Peace Pipe. So we're always going to Footwork. So Peace Pipe or Hand of Greed, Card Remove. I mean, getting rid of the pain right now is nice. If we can get rid of it here, we have to go through a couple fights first. We don't have a lot of campfires this act, so we're not going to be removing a lot of cards with Peace Pipe. One of the campfires in Act 3 we have to use just for recalling. There's a campfire in Act 4 that we currently can't do anything useful at, because we'll already be at full health and we can't upgrade at it. But that's a long way away. And Hand of Greed, here's the thing, this helps us remove cards at rest sites, but Hand of Greed helps us get money to remove cards at shops. So let's get rid of pain. And I think I'm okay with that decision. Extra campfire or extra events. We could just use the campfire to recall. We're at full health. I don't think we need the campfire just yet. Let's take an extra shop. We don't have much money, but that could change with Hand of Greed. We're not going to be able to kill one of them this turn, I don't think. This does... No, you know what? This does 2 to all enemies twice. This does 2. And... Thinkity think. So this does 2 to all enemies twice. This does 2, so that's 4. And then the 3 hits will knock one of them out. But Hand of Greed would not finish the fight from there. Unless we draw unless we just draw a strike, which I think is pretty plausible. So I'm going to throw away Piercing Wail and Crippling Cloud for the dream of Hand of Greed turn 1. Yeah, because that's 4 damage, so then if we just draw any strike, and we've got 6 strikes, basically, and we have 4 chances to draw it, I think this is worth a shot. Okay, we've drawn them. Alright, let's play a strike, and hey, we didn't actually have to do that. That was a waste of an energy. I should have played it on something else, because Warped Tongs upgraded this to 25 damage. So that's our first 20 gold, or 25 gold, thank you upgrade, from Hand of Greed. May it be the first of many. Infinite Blades is nice. We can play all our cards, so we will. This is a sucky turn. Do we want a Smoke Bomb just to block 20 damage? But I do want a card reward at the end. You know what? This is a weird duplication potion. But if we play this strike twice, we can knock it down. So that duplication potion blocked 15 damage. I think that's a pretty good use of a potion. Let's footwork here. Okay, so Survivor Defend will block 5 times 2, perfect. So I could have totally killed one of them, but I have a dream, and that dream is to Hand of Greed all 3 of them to get 75 extra gold out of this fight. So let's get them both pretty low on health. So now Hand of Greed will kill this even after it has woken up. We got a bunch of dexterity, so I feel pretty confident we can block. So let's kill the wakey friend. It'll have to be several more turns before we can draw a Hand of Greed again. We've got a decent amount of block. If it does, and we can kill it at any time, let's get it down to 1 health, so we can really kill it at any time. So every turn we have an infinite blades. So it is completely safe to just keep waiting here, because if it ever does a bad turn that we can't fully block, we just play Shiv. Alright, it continues to not do anything, which is perfect. It is buffing its strength, so 3 times 6, but we drew our piercing whale, 0 times 6, and this looks like it might become a reality. Yep, it continues to buff its strength, which is great news for us, because we don't have to block this turn. And Hand of Greed. 75 gold fight. Look at that. Plus 17s. Do we want another piercing whale? Is there such a thing as too many piercing whales? I'm not really sure that there is. And these others suck. And I do think we still want a card here. Snecko. We do want to get that power in play. Poison Stab is good. Let's get some mouse. So Snecko is going to randomize our card costs. Alright, bunch of trash we don't want to play. So, unfortunate. But we get to apply 6 poison, thanks to Envenom on 2 attacks and Poison Stab on itself. Alright, if this is what random means, that's not so bad so far. As long as we just keep fully blocking and applying poison. Envenom is nice with this Shiv. Okay, we're always playing Strike. Is it, this is a rough turn. Crippling Cloud blocks for more than Defend here by a pretty large margin. So I think that just is the thing we gotta do. We could Colorless Potion. Sadistic Nature is actually pretty nice with Envenom. What's in our draw pile? Quick Slash? If we got really lucky, we could Quick Slash into Piercing Whale. That would be cheap, but I don't think we're doing that. We could also Chrysalis, but the cost is going to be randomized, so just 3 random skills. But that power is going to make something else cost 0. Crippling Cloud still blocks for more than Footwork. No, but Footwork is guaranteed to make Crippling Cloud free. So, that's how we're going to play it. Weak blocks for 7. We are probably not going to Hand of Greed this fight, but you never know. We could draw it again next turn. We're going to draw 5, so we're drawing 1 out of the new draw pile. One more chance. That's not Hand of Greed. Okay. Dodge and Roll is nice with Footwork. Cloak and Dagger is really nice with Envenom. These are both good choices. We're not going to be able to upgrade them at campfires. Cloak and Dagger is a really good upgrade, but Warp Tongs could hit them. I like Cloak and Dagger here. It's a block card and a damage card. Ooh, do we want to remove 4 strikes, gain 5 bites, lose a bunch of max HP? 2 of these are upgraded, but bites are nice upgrades. They heal a bunch. We do have a lot of healing from Regal Pillow when we want it. Pillow. Let's do it. I like the Vampire Bites. On average, so, you know, 2 unupgraded strikes, 2 upgraded strikes. These deal an intermediate amount of damage. There's 1 more of them than there were of strikes, but healing is good. No Hand of Greed this turn. Piercing Whale, nice. But it's already weak, so Survivor blocks for 8. But we have 3 Piercing Whales in our deck. I really want to save them for later in this fight, but we have 3. So let's just do as much damage as we can this turn, but also we want poison, so I think let's draw more cards. Alright, Bite Plus. Let's see what we get here. Cool. We do some damage. We full block. We get a power. Sounds good to me. Footwork is nice here. What's it make free? Defend. And Crippling Cloud and defend. Alright. Looking pretty good so far. It's not the easiest in Venom, but we don't have a ton of better options. Free Predator is dope. Bite Plus is dope. And we got a Piercing Wail next turn. This is just a card that blocks for 6. I think we're going to kill it before the fight goes too long. This is a tasty Piercing Wail. This is why we like Piercing Wail. Let's do some healing. This does a little less damage than Skewer, but I think we can... So this would deal 30 damage and apply 3 poison. So it would take 45 this turn. I think we can afford to do a little healing. Even on upgraded healing. Alright. 7 times 5. Yikes. Thought it is dead. We got our Hand Agreed, which is nice. And we can do it. So we heal as much as we can, and then we get the money. I like the money. Blessing of the Forge is nice with Warp Tongs, so the most important... whatever card in our deck is the most important to upgrade, we can upgrade it. No more fights in question mark rooms. I mean, that's just a big attack that discards a bunch of other stuff. Vulnerable, I think we're killing with poison more than we're killing with big attacks. But we're kind of doing a mix of both right now. Sucker Punch. So is Terror good enough here? It would be nice against the big collector. And yeah, we're kind of doing about like 50-50 damage between physical attacks and poison. I'd rather start doing more poison, but I think I'm okay taking a Terror just to help us win fights now. Ooh, the Specimen, we can't afford it, but it's kind of cool. When an enemy dies, transfer its poison to somebody else. Brew 5 potions is a joke. Extra energy after rest sites is cool, but we're also going to less rest sites. We could just card remove. The question is anything else here good? Dodge and roll is good, I think. Caltrops, I don't think we need. We already have poison to deal damage over time. We already have Piercing Wail to deal with enemies that attack a lot of times. I don't think we need Caltrops for damage on that. What's our worst card? It might be Terror. I'd say it's Dagger Spray, but we don't really have any other area of effect damage except Crippling Cloud. So I can't take out Dagger Spray, because there's an Act 3 Elite Reptomancer that we gotta beat. We want Dodge and Roll because we have Dexterity. I think we remove a Bite. We've got a lot of healing, and especially since the others are going to be upgraded, I think they'll heal us for us. Lose all our gold or fight? We like fight. We get a relic from fight. Terror is good if we get the Hand Agreed this turn. What do we want? We want to kill the big one this turn if we at all possibly can. We want a Crippling Cloud. So Skewer or Hand Agreed are really good things. Dagger Spray, Crippling Cloud, pretty nice. I think... Do we want to keep a Piercing Wail? I don't think we need a Poison Stab. Let's look for really good stuff. Okay, we got a Dagger Spray. It is going to suck to have our Dexterity debuff, but... So we're not going to block as well with our block cards, but we're going to block with our health and heal back up with bites. So first things first, let's Footwork and see what it makes. 0. Alright. Usually want to start killing that one. You know what? If I had used my upgrade potion, that thing would be dead. Maybe it was a little greedy to try and save it when we already have full health. But that dagger spray upgrade was really nice. Thank you, Warp Tongs. Piercing Whale, hand to greed on this one, quick slash on that one. I mean, it's pretty good. You could also just Crippling Cloud, hand to greed. So losing 8 strength is better. So we take 4 damage. But that should be pretty easy to fix with bites. Okay. Just kill it. We could block for 11, but I don't see much point in taking damage now to try and heal later. So, turn 1, we apply a bunch of weak. Ooh, Cloak and Dagger Plus is nice, 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 but Footwork Plus is even nice, nice, nicer, I think. Real shame to have to choose between those two cards. Very good stuff. But I think we need Scaling Block, and Footwork does that. So that works with our Dodge and Roll, our Cloak and Dagger. Piercing Whale is our main block card right now, but we will need to find just big block. Let's take a skill potion. What do we got? War Paint, 2 upgrades. This is our only real way to get deck upgrades, so let's take it. Okay, just a little more defense. We could go to a campfire, but why? We're only missing 4 health. Let's fight both the elites. Pin Nib, double damage on every 10th attack. That's pretty nice. No need to get a Sapphire Key just yet. Okay, what do we want here? Footwork does a lot, but not like immediately. Infinite Blades might be too slow. Skewer does 40, which is not enough. Dagger Spray is good this fight. I think we're going to spend our energy on things that aren't Skewer. The thing about Infinite Blades is it makes something else free, but are we going to get free things we like? We're taking a bunch of damage this turn. But getting 2 Footworks in play would help us take less damage later, but killing them with Crippling Cloud or just Hand to Greed or Terror would also help us not die. Piercing Whale is a great block card. Let's keep the upgraded Footwork, let's keep the Dagger Spray, let's lose the rest. Okay, we got a Crippling Cloud, a Piercing Whale. Let's see what we get for free. Free Dagger Spray, I'm pretty okay with that. So we make them Strength go no. We make them Health go no. And so we'll take 11, I'm fine with that. You know what, let's use a Skill Potion. Yeah, that's not the best one, but that's fine. Should have used the Skill Potion first, but it's fine. Okay, we get another Piercing Whale. So that's a good start. I'm okay. Okay, so there's a 16 damage and 4 poison, so that's 20 damage. So that does not quite kill that one unless we get lucky with Envenom. So we're always playing that. Alright. This fully blocks, but this kills it, and it heals for 3, so we're only taking 2. Would I take 2 to kill it this turn? Yeah, I would. Just to guarantee it's dead, because it's also going to make us vulnerable with that attack, which is no good. Okay, we can Hand to Greed. Extra money, and let's make you vulnerable to our future, ideally, Hand of Greed. Block next turn is good. And we can't kill you this turn, so we'll wait. How much do we want to wait and try for Hand to Greed? I mean, it has poison. If we do this, it just dies. So we could heal for 4, or we could try and wait for extra heal. I think It's very low, so every turn we're going to draw cards. Either those cards kill it, or they fully block, so either way we're not going to take damage. Hand to Greed. Bird face turn. Whenever you play a power card, heal 2 HP. Really nice with Mummified Hand. And really nice with good powers, such as Well-Laid Plans. Alright, on to the next elite. Ooh. Oops, apologies. The Tornado Siren is going off, as it does this day of the week, at this time of day, every week. So, it'll go on, and it'll get better. We could get a bunch of gold, or we could get Ritual Dagger. I like Ritual Dagger. And losing 6 HP is not a problem. Worst case scenario, it's 1 energy, deal 15 damage, which is not bad. Okay. These are really good cards. Crippling Cloud Plus is good. Predator is good if it's made free by Well-Laid Plans. I'm okay with this. Okay, perfect. Here's our plan. 1, 2, 3. And then we hope that these don't hit each other. They did not. Awesome. We get to play all our cards. With Bird Face turn and all these bites, we heal a bunch. And this does 40 damage thanks to Pin Nib, but actually 60 damage thanks to Vulnerable, so that's a good start. So now at Shops, I'm totally down to start removing bites from our deck, because, like, we already have a bunch of healing when we play all these powers. And we almost always want to play all those powers with Mummified Hand. I'm aware, of course, we have to fight Awakened One if we do them like that, but I'm willing to take that risk. So, retain a card. Piercing Wail is super safe, but we've got 2 of them in our draw pile, and Ritual Dagger is a really nice thing to kill it with, especially when it's upgraded. And it's low on health, we got lots of block and defense, and we can definitely kill it. So that's 30. Would we rather kill it with Hand of Greed or a Ritual Dagger? I think a card upgrade is better than 20 gold. Heal a little bit, and chomp it. So now that does 20 damage. Letter Opener, it's never bad. And we could take some card draw. We don't have really any card draw in our deck. Let's get that. Sucker Punch, 2 weak is nice, but I don't think it's a priority. And we've got all those bites. So, in terms of just 1 cost attacks, we got a lot of them. Ritual Dagger, can it kill this turn? So Terror. So Vulnerable, then that's 6. 10, 16, 26, and 20, it's actually 30 with Vulnerable, so yeah, we can kill it this turn with Ritual Dagger. Ooh, and we got an upgrade, which is perfect. So, what was my math again? And are there any of these we're unwilling to play? Footwork almost always hits something we want to play. Cloak and Dagger was probably the least ideal choice. Okay. So, we're always going to Cloak and Dagger. So that's 6, 12. After we play the Vulnerable. 6, 12, 22. And then 52. Well, that's a convenient number. Oh, we have Pin Nib. So actually, we could have played this differently and spread out the damage more, but I'll take that upgrade. I think we'll do okay in this fight, even without that. I'm okay with just Dagger Spray, Piercing Wail, Predator. I don't see why we need to draw cards. I do like Hand of Greed. They're both identical, so we'll just chill. We gotta do 1 more damage for Hand of Greed to kill it, but Hand of Greed could also upgrade, which would be chill. Piercing Wail, Crippling Cloud blocks with just a defend. Let's Infinite Blades. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason not to do this. That letter opener is going to do a little damage, so now Hand of Greed kills one of them, almost certainly. I mean, we're going to draw it one of these turns. Let's draw it now. Oh, bad luck. Okay, so we're only going to be able to Hand of Greed one of them, because it's going to be... We're going to draw these two cards, then we're going to shuffle our draw pile, and Hand of Greed will be in our hand, so we would have to go through the deck 2 more times to get it again. With that in mind, we're just going to start killing them. And we will kill this one with Hand of Greed next turn. So that answers all the relevant questions about this fight. I guess one relevant question is, how is Pin Nib stacked? Hypothetically, we could well-laid plans and just keep holding Hand of Greed until it upgrades, but we would have to take a lot of damage for that. Potion? This is Area of Effect damage, which we don't currently have. But against multi-enemy fights, Piercing Wail does so well that we're okay just killing them with single target damage. And the rest of these are not good anymore. These are both very good in Act 1. This does a lot of damage for no energy, which is great in Act 1. This does damage and block at the same time, which is really great in Act 1. But at this point, 2 energy gain 10 block isn't that good, and deal 10 damage, 10 isn't a very big number anymore. We are full health, so we will recall, and we will pretty much skip campfires from here on out. Alright, so these are block cards. 4 of them are block cards, and we don't need to block this turn. This one draws more cards, but do we want to spend 1 energy to draw 3, discard 1, when we could just get rid of it to draw a new card right away? The answer is no, we don't want to do that. We could bite, Crippling Cloud, but let's see what else we get. Okay, we always Crippling Cloud neutralize. There could be a case made for Crippling Cloud on the multi-enemies. So do we want to deal 8 damage or block for 4 next turn? Let's just do some damage. Get that Pin Nib 1 closer. Okay, Ritual Dagger does not increase its damage when we kill one of those, just so you know. But we got 2 powers, so we play our whole hand. We could use an upgrade here, but all it would do is well-laid plans. Pin Nib Ritual Dagger will kill one of these, but I think we're strong enough to just... We're not strong enough to just kill the big thing and ignore the little things, are we? No, I don't think we're that strong. You know what? Nothing. I'm greedy, and that's how it's going to be. The thing is, we can also play this just for damage, and then if we were feeling greedy later, we can use the card literally named Hand of Greed. That Dexterity is really sweet. Dagger Spray does a bunch of damage. This almost kills that. Might have been a good turn for a Flex Potion. I'm playing a little too fast here. So we get hit a bunch. 35 damage. That's fine. We heal like every turn. It's not an ideal way to play it for sure, but this one's dead. This one's also dead. So we'll draw some extra cards. 20 damage will not kill it. So we're just gonna have to use all our energy on it. As much as I would like to do it on there. Okay. We might want to hold Survivor. Honestly, it's going to be a long fight, and Ritual Dagger has already upgraded. That said, if we Pin Nib it, it's 50, so it's 75 damage to the big one. But we're not going to be doing that soon, so let's retain a block card. We are going to be vulnerable, weak, and frail. What do you got for me, Footwork? I'll take a bite. 12 block, good. Are we going to play Poison Stab or Bites here? We're not going to play Hand of Greed, that's for sure. This deals slightly more damage, but I think we Poison Stab to kill a little faster, and then we Bite to die a little less. Let's hold a Skewer, because with Pin Nib we can do a big attack with it. It is attacking this turn, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's get some block cards, please. We got a lot of them in here. Okay, so that's 18, and then a bunch more. Real shame we didn't get Neutralize, but that's okay. We are doing just fine. Do we want to Shiv and waste our Pin Nib? Not really. I'm gonna hope that it just does the question marks next turn to summon new friends. Or a block, that's fine too. So now we can deal 22 damage 4 times. Bunch of damage there. We are gonna be no longer weak next turn, so this does 25. It's not summoning friends, it's just buffing. But it is blocking. How scared are we of dying? Pretty scared? Pretty scared, honestly. I got really greedy not playing the Ritual Dagger and taking that bunch of damage from those first two, and not playing the Flex Potion when I really should have, so I've made some crucial errors as a result of just playing too fast and just hanging out. So... Ritual, if I'm scared, I also kind of want to kill it quickly. But that doesn't matter if we're dead. I'm gonna keep Cloak and Dagger. Or just defend because it blocks for the most. But Cloak and Dagger also does a bunch of damage. It stacks our Pin Nib. I'm sorry, Ritual Dagger. I really want to keep both of you. Well, hold on. It's taking 14 damage this turn and 13, so that's 27. So it's already at... After the end of next turn, it's already at 66 health. And this does... Once we're no longer weak and it's vulnerable, this does another 12, so 37. So do we think we can draw 29 damage of other cards? And this does 38 because of Envenom. So can we get 29 damage from other cards next turn? If we Dagger Spray Neutralize Flex Potion, yes, we kill. So actually... Well, dang it, it is blocking. Oh, question marks. Question marks is lucky. Lucky us. So we can even do this the following turn and kill with it. So, okay, if we do this, that's 9, 15, 21, and another 8 is 29. Plus, let's say 15 poison. I'm not going to calculate how much of this goes through blocks. Okay, so 14 of it goes through block. And then another 15-ish from poison. Plus another 15 next turn. So let's just say 30. Let's say it takes 45 damage. Yeah, we can kill next turn without using the Flex Potion. So let's break that block. Apply some weak. Block for next turn, just for luck. And hold on to that to kill. Cool, we even get to heal. Snack our Pin Nib a little more. Plus, we just gotta show some disrespect here. We don't want to use Pin Nib, so... Alright, we got really greedy with that Ritual Dagger, but we got through the fight without using any potions. Okay. I wasn't scared, by the way. I'm never scared. Never have been, never will be. Yikes. What do we want here? Corpse Explosion is a good way to deal with AoE fights with big poison. It's good against Donu Deka. It's okay. It's good against Awakened One. It's not that good against Time Eater for the Act 3 bosses. We might need it against Onudeka. We don't really have fast scaling damage. Nightmare gets us 3 extra copies of probably a power, since we have Birdfaced Urn and Mummified Hand. Getting 3 extra copies of a power is pretty good. Or Bullet Time, which is nice if it's really nice on turn 1, but I think Corpse Explosion helps us with situations that would be difficult for us. Snecko-Eye. Our average card cost, we got a lot of 1-cost cards, but we got a few 2-cost cards, and with Mummified Hand, that mitigates the bad turns of Snecko-Eye. It does make our bottle neutralize bad, but draw 2 extra cards every turn, I think, is just really hard to turn up. So I would have totally taken Bullet Time if I'd known we would have Snecko-Eye. I'll say that up front. Also, Gambling Chip helps with turn 1. Okay. Campfires are not really relevant, except for healing. We go a bunch of elites there, but we want to go shopping. Well, we start here, I think. Alright, 0-cost powers are good. 1-cost gain a bunch of gold are good. We don't need to block it all this turn if they die. It's a little late for Infinite Blades to be relevant. I'll keep it defend. Okay, so we get Terror and Hand to Greed that one. But then we still have to block. What is Envenom making free? Okay, defend is free. So that kills there, and we can fully block that. Yeah, I like that. That one is nice to kill early because it just keeps getting more thorns, and that's a real nuisance. And save the Piercing Whale, do a little damage to that. Get a little poison on it from Envenom. Snecko-Eye is such a good relic. I'd love to hold Ritual Dagger until it upgrades, but we haven't got welded plants, so we're not going to do it. Can we just kill this turn? Yeah, but we can also wait and try to Hand to Greed that. We'll get it a little low. But this thing often just doesn't attack. Taking 1 damage is not an issue considering our deck. And Well-Load Cleanse lets us hold block cards. Yeah. Cool, we're gonna make money. It's gonna take a while, but we can hold block cards, so it's pretty safe. Boss me. We do want to stack our Pin Nib a little more. But that's as much as it's safe to play without killing it through poison. Or just, you know, killing it through killing it. Hand to Greed is upgraded. Money. Regen Potion. Is that better than these? I think it's better than Smoke Bomb. Dodge and Roll with 2 footwork is really nice. Plus, also, it's just a great way to smooth out our curve. Potions. Dexterity is better than Flex. Fear Potion, we already have Terror for the enemy we really want to kill. I think we're more likely to win fights by blocking better than killing better, and I think the Actually, Regen Potion is kind of trash. Let's get a Flex Potion back. I mean, Regen Potion is great. It heals for 15, but we can heal for 15, like, several different ways. Question mark. Losing 10 HP is not a problem, so let's see 3 options. The thing is, 0-cost cards are bad with Snecko-Eye. Dark Shackles is a good card. Master of Strategy is worth considering. I should really look at our final boss. Not final boss, Time Eater. And Master of Strategy is just... the cost is randomized, so it's just acrobatics without having to discard a card, but it does exhaust afterwards. The bomb is kind of a joke, even if it costs slightly less from Sneckalai. Dark Shackles is kind of good. It's good against the Heart, it's good against Time Eater, and it's good against the Act 4 elites. It's good against some of the fights along the way. Panache is a power, but is it a good power? Like, we want to take powers, but do we want to take powers just because they're powers? Let's take a Master Strategy. I like the card draw, and I don't like these. Artifact Charge is interesting, but we don't have anything that works for it. And we've uncovered a memory. Serenity. 2 primitive creatures fight over a carcass on the side of the road. You observe, devoid of emotion. Watch. Remember. Live. This is the Watcher's mission. Recently, one of your peers had stopped reporting on their assignment, a Spire of unknown origin. As the fight ends, you continue onward, unfazed by the bloody scene that took place. Okay. 0 cost cards are good. Full block for 0 is good. Cards that cost energy are bad. Neutralize is worse than just skewering it. Do we want to draw a card by playing Quick Slash, or by just getting rid of Quick Slash? I think it's the latter. 99 vulnerable is spicy, but not for 3 energy, it's not. A bunch of poison and a bunch of weak is better than 10 more damage. Oh, we haven't played Dark Shackles yet. I was like, why is it still doing damage? Do I want to skewer, or do I want to draw some cards? I want to skewer because we want to kill it with Ritual Dagger or Hand of Greed, and if we draw those this turn, we're kind of sad. So let's get it low on health so that we can do those things later. Defend definitely does it, but Well-Laid Plans probably does it. Well-Laid Plans does it. We are fully blocked. If we play Dagger Spray, it dies to poison next turn, so let's preserve its pitiful little health bar a little longer if we can. Would we rather kill with Ritual Dagger or just get a bunch of money? So we could go to 2 shops, but we skip all the elites. We could go to Elite 1 shop. Yeah, 2 elites and 2 shops, or 4 elites. I mean, 4 elites gets us 2 extra relics, but those campfires are actually kind of bad. So we also waste a couple of floors that we could use on other things. But it's a bunch of question marks, which can be really good. I think we'd rather have Ritual Dagger upgrade than more money. So... but... It's a little inconvenient to do other things. More Dex Potion or more Flex Potion. Dagger Spray helps us deal with Reptomancer, but if we go for Elite Path, we are almost certainly going to fight Reptomancer, but Corpse Explosion and a bunch of Piercing Wails and 1 Dagger Spray are okay for that. Prepared, eh. We did say that Dex Potion was better than Flex Potion, but they help in different situations, and I think we'd like to have 1 of each. Okay, Moment of Truth. If we want to go to 2 shops, we are going this way to fight an Elite. 2 shops gets us what? Let's say we get there with 700 gold. That's like 3 relics. And some card remove. But we get to choose the relics. 4 elites. It's more elites. So we get the same amount of relics going this way that we would going this way. But we don't get as many events. But we get a lot of hallway fights to upgrade Ritual Dagger. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. It seems fun to me. Alright, this is not an enemy we are going to kill with Ritual Dagger or Hand of Greed. So let's just get a bunch of poison on it, and then we don't have to play the game anymore. Power. Power. Big predator. Some poison, some healing, some block next turns, some damage. Okay. The nice thing about this one is as long as you can do damage, you don't really have to play in your turns that much, because it's not like you're going to kill it, so you don't need to maximize your damage. Terror is good. But then that does this. So 6 and 10 is 16. Plus 6 for the poison is 22. Plus this is 31. So we'd take 6. But I mean, we'll get 6 back. Or is Envenom better? I think Envenom is better than Terror. Because if we get enough poison going, we don't have to do it. Also, Envenom made a Quick Slash free, which is useful. Okay, so we take a bunch of damage. That's fine. Well, we take 5. Thanks, Poison. Let's hold on to... I mean, these all suck. Just hold on to Bite. It blocks, and it heals. Poison Stab, good. Corpse Explosion fully blocks. These aren't very good, but we'll hold on to the one that heals. So now our goal is just to get up to full health. This will certainly block this turn. And we will just hold on to a Survivor. No, wait, it costs 3 next turn. Let's hold on to a Defend Plus. That seems like a nice compromise. Good block, low cost. Dagger Spray blocks pretty well. Poison Stab blocks a lot. So we've got 38 damage coming in. Block for 13 with that, and maybe this is just the turn for Flex Potion. I gotta evaluate my turns sooner, but I'm just playing quick, just trying to get through life. Yeah, let's use it anyway. And that blocks a good amount. Not as much as we'd like, but a good amount. Okay, so we get hit for 5 again. And we'll take a Noxious Fumes. Blood Dance is nice with Envenom, but Noxious Fumes is a power. We love those. Poisoned all enemies, we love those. I think a hallway fight is better than a campfire, but a question mark is better than a hallway fight. But 2 hallway fights is better than 1 question mark. Because we get to upgrade stuff. Alright, we definitely want Terror, we definitely want Footwork. And I think we're just looking to get good powers in play. I'm counting Terror as kind of a power here. Alright. Crippling Cloud is kind of a power. Let's play this first Footwork, see what it gets. It gets Terror. Crippling Cloud or Footwork. Footwork Plus is good. And 7 poison is nice, but it doesn't add up that quick. And we get Predator. So we'll play that last. So instead of 15, it does 33, thanks to the slow stacks and the vulnerable. Not getting attacked this turn, but we have 0 cost powers, so we're going to start with those. And we'll play that. And we'll play that. And our whole hand is playable. We can retain 1 card. Maybe retain a Defend Plus? But it's not going to attack for a couple more turns. So if we just play the Defend Plus, it makes these do slightly more damage. Nah, that's not very much more damage. And we could also retain the Hand of Greed to hit with Pin Nib. But I'm just going to play it. Alright, it's vulnerable. It's got a little bit of poison. We got a lot of powers going. We have a Ritual Dagger that we can hold forever. Let's Cloak and Dagger. Let's pin the dagger spray. Put a couple of shivs in there, which gets a lot of poison going. I think we are just going to hold this ritual dagger to the end of the fight. It's a little bold, but I think we can make it work. Which means we're not holding anything else. So we are just trying to do damage this turn. I think we could draw a 1-cost damage card. I think we could draw a 1-cost damage card, and there we go. Bop. And bop. Alright. With 22 poison, 97 vulnerable, 300 health, I think we can keep this in hand. I would really love if our well-laid plans were upgraded by warped tongs, but you know, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Shiv first, then quick slash to draw a card. Okay, so we'd go bite, bite predator. Is that better than bite corpse explosion predator? 9 damage this turn and 9 damage next turn is better than bite. Dodge and roll is good because next turn is a big attack. But we're always gonna play bite. You know what? If we're going to hold a ritual dagger and not a defensive card, we do want to make some allowances for survival. So let's get a dodge and roll in play. Our ritual dagger is finally upgraded. We get 11 block this turn. We do have pin nib, so that's 74 damage, which is not enough. But hand to greed is good. Let's do some blocking. Playing a dodge and roll is good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. So we'll hold on to the ritual dagger. The ritual dagger is looking pretty close here, especially with all that poison. So we can either block for a couple more turns, or if we're lucky, we can kill it this turn. 0-cost things are easy to play, so we'll play them. Okay, this does the least damage. So that's 64 right now. So we are going to kill it with this turn. 69 is nice. We'll stack our pin nib a little higher, and it's fatal. Less health for elite enemies. Accuracy is a joke. Dagger spray, we don't need it. Footwork plus, we love. Easy. Okay, a bunch of 0-cost good things. Dodge and roll might be good this turn, considering they're not attacking. I mean, we don't need the block, but footwork, dodge and roll is fine. Or we could just skewer. Corpse explosion skewer does a lot. Corpse explosion hand to greed is even better. So if we corpse explosion, then we neutralize bite. That's 11. So that's exact lethal on that one if we just keep those. Let's see how that goes. I'd like to draw better. Hey, there's good stuff. Alright, let's play our whole hand. And then spend 4 energy on skewer. I'm into that. Or is there a world where we're not using corpse explosion and we're just killing these with hand of greed and ritual dagger? We can kill the big one with ritual dagger. We don't need to kill both of these with hand of greed. But do we want to? It's upgraded, so that'll do that. So we could totally just end the fight this turn, but we don't get to ritual dagger, do we? Alright, we'll hold on to this, just in case. So cloak and dagger blocks that, kills that. We don't get to play any powers, but we can draw a card. Nothing we care about. Let's hold on to the skewer. Just in case we have a bad turn, we can just murder it. But we got the Ritual Dagger. 38 damage does kill it. But don't we want that to upgrade? Isn't it fun if it upgrades? It is fun if it upgrades. So we'll just hold on to this. If it upgrades next turn, that's awesome. If it doesn't, we can do other things. I mean, fully blocking is good. It is going to block itself a little bit, which is rude, but I understand. That doesn't help us. Yeah, just do that. Come on, Ritual Dagger, I believe in you. One of these days, you're gonna know how much I love you, Ritual Dagger. So we could block for 13, but a stack of 22. We could make it weak, but then it's gonna die to poison, probably. So if it's weak, that turns from 11 times 2 into 8 times 2, 16, so we take a couple. But I have a dream. So we take 3 damage, but we heal 3 damage all the time. Last chance. Well, not quite the last chance. And we can heal a bit. Alright, this next one is legit the last chance. Come on, Warp Tongs. I know you got it in you. Do it. Do it. So close. Alright, we'll stack the pin nib up a little. We'll heal. And we'll stack the pin nib. And we will stack the Ritual Dagger. Good fight, good fight. Bullet time, snack away. Draw a bunch of cards. Random cost. This could cost less than, probably cost less than 3. Worst case scenario, just costs 3, and then everything else is free. Seems good. Okay, Piercing Wail is nice here. We don't need Dark Shackles. We don't need Bite. We can take a bunch of powers. We don't need a 3-cost Neutralize. Ritual Dagger only works on the last one, because they regenerate. Bunch of poison. We can play 3 more skills. I'd like to hold Ritual Dagger, but I feel like holding Piercing Wail is nice. If we're trying to stack Ritual Dagger, it's going to be a long fight. We can also do it with Hand of Greed. Well, this is good here. Alright, I'm going to try and balance out their health here. I would like to kill with Hand of Greed if I can. I'm not sure why. We have more money than we're going to spend. But the answer is because it's fun. We could just kill this one, right? But we can also fully block. So it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We want to get them all pretty low without killing them, so that they can die in one powerful turn. So that one's going to die to poison next turn. We could play Skewer for 0 just to stack pin them, by the way. I didn't, but we could. So that one's dead. We could definitely kill them all with Corpse Explosion. We're not going to draw any more cards, so we might as well bullet time. Alright. But the thing is, Hand of Greed has to kill the last one. I think we can do that. So let's kill 2 of them this turn. That'll die to poison. The next turn we do a big Hand of Greed on that. And that will kill it because it's not blocking. Okay. I'm not going to play the Shiv. I don't think. We could also draw a Ritual Dagger here. That would be spicy. Oh, I do need to play the Shiv. Okay, so we'll leave Pin Nib at 8. And get a little money. Acrobatics Plus is a lot of card draw. And that's pretty good. So, shop time or lots of elites time. 625 gold suggests to me that it is shop time. Nunchaku is nice, but we need the Sapphire Key to fight the heart. Do we want to go to 2 shops or 1 shop, 1 elite? We're going to go to a shop to start a next app. So we're already going to 2 shops total. Ooh. Rare Relic. Upgrade all cards you can no longer heal, or heal to full HP and get a curse. So this is useless, obviously. We're at full HP. This would hurt pretty bad. Upgrading all cards is really nice, but we have so much healing. We have Birdface Turn, we have Bites, we even have Regal Pillow, so I think this would just... I do not think we would kill the heart with 52 HP without taking 52 damage between now and then, but I think we can definitely kill it if we can heal a bunch. So let's just get a Rare Relic. Oh hey, it's Hexaghost again. Good luck, Hexaghost. I'm really, rooting for you here, buddy. Okay, there's a Ritual Dagger. So it already does 123 damage with Pin Nib and Vulnerable. But we want to kill with it, and we only get to play it once. We could hold a Piercing Wail, but I think we're going to be able to block its next attack pretty effectively, even if we hold Ritual Dagger. If I'm wrong, sue me, but yeah, 18, not scaring me. Wow, we can draw a lot of cards. Let's just play a Piercing Wail this turn. Yep, I was kind of hoping something like that might happen. And now we can do whatever we want. Get some block next turn. Heal a bunch. Deal a bunch of damage. Deal a bunch of damage. Hold on to our Ritual Dagger and hope it upgrades. It would be nice if we could kill without using Pin Nib. Corpse Explosion helps with that. Footworks help with that indirectly, because they help us live. That's a bunch of damage. 30. Yep, then we can Ritual Dagger whenever we want. So we've got another turn to try and upgrade it, just in case. Let's block here. And we want our Pin Nib at 9 at the start of next fight, so this will be good. What are we even looking for? I don't know, we're just drawing cards, draw cards. Alright, last chance, Ritual Dagger. Warp Tongues, really, this is your job. Okay, no luck. But we still upgrade it, we still leave our Pin Nib at 9. We get a really nice Rare Relic. Start each combat with 4-plated armor. I think it's rare. Yep, it's rare. Wrapping the magical thread around your body, you feel harder to the touch. A wink. 0-cost cards are not great with Snecko Eye, and we don't need it. Dex Potion is better than Block Potion. Blessing of the Forge is good. Power Potion is better than Block Potion. So no rewards there. And we will go to a shop. Okay, we have bullet time, so we can just take whatever seems great. Drawing cards is good with bullet time. powers are good because powers are good. Okay, our hand is a little full. Let's clean it out. Okay, bullet time. Alright, so we'll draw cards. We don't need Piercing Wheel this turn. We will draw cards. And it is the time of the bullet. We'll play this attack pin nib, and next turn. So that's half its health. We do not have a well-laid plans, unfortunately. So we don't get to hold on to the Ritual Dagger. Can we kill it this turn? 66. I mean, we can kill it this turn, but not with Ritual Dagger. It's the main issue. Unless we got lucky, and we did. Nice. And that makes a Dark Shackles cost 0, so that we can block a little more effectively, so we're still going to take some damage. But that's okay. We will hold on to this. So we take 6 damage. Very easy to heal back. We cannot afford to heal it back unless this makes one of them cost 0, which it did not, but it still healed us. So without further ado, we go on to the shop. Alright, what do you got for me? We don't need an infinite blades. Adrenaline is... it's okay, even with Snecko Eye. It's less good against Time Eater. We definitely like Paper Crane. We like Anchor. Do we want to add a bunch of cards or save our gold for next act? We want to remove a bite, I think. Let's just move on. I mean, these could be good cards. What about that, though? 5 card rewards is a lot of card rewards. Let's just take this and keep going. Question mark Elite. Let's lose... sorry, Predator. Your time has come and gone. You're really good with... Snecko. I don't know. Maybe I should have lost Corpse Explosion. Cool. 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 And cool. So, that's a pretty good turn 1. Do we just kill it this turn? I mean, do we want to just kill it this turn? We don't really have any block in our hand. I'm okay not stacking. Hey, we kill it with Ritual Dagger. 1 damage. Perfect. Ninja Scroll. At the start of each combat, add 3 shivs into your hand. So, at the start of each combat, our hand has 7 cards in it. Yeah, let's make it 10. Bouncing Flask helps us kill big enemies. Dodge and Roll helps us survive. I think Bouncing Flask is going to be good. We really need to get some poison onto Time Eater and the Heart to kill them without us having to do anything. So, let's get started. Okay, the shivs are actually pretty bad against Time Eater. Unless we have Envenom. But they're going to be pretty bad in our deck. Yikes. Terror is nice. We don't need Dark Shackles this turn. Oh, and the upgrade made it go from 3 cost Terror to 0 cost Terror Plus. Thank you. Warped Tongs. Such a great event. Just dealing a bunch of damage, putting a bunch of poison on it, adding some weak. Do I want to get 3 cards closer to ending our turn just to play some shivs? Because then we could only play 3 cards next turn. I think maybe we should have discarded these, but we also kind of liked our hand, so maybe we just held them to draw good cards later. That's my story. Getting attacked for 12. I'm fine taking some damage here. We take 8, we get a bunch of poison on it, and we can play 4 cards. Let's play 4 cards. So Well-Laid Plans Plus is really nice. I think this is our first one of those. 2, 3, and 4. So we upgraded strength, we end our turn, but we get to retain both of these. It would have been really nice to retain bullet time, but I wanted to fully block. We got 1 piercing wail in here. I kind of want it, but we can block for 27 pretty easily without it. Especially if we make it weak. I'll play Noxious Fumes. I'll play an Envenom. I'll play an Infinite Blades, so that heals us up. I'll play a Crippling Cloud. I'll play a Cloak and Dagger, even if it ticks up that, because it does, you know, it does apply poison. And I'll do 30 damage. Hold on to both of these. 0 cost is really nice. So next turn we're going to split it. I don't think we can kill it next turn. So it doesn't really matter whether we try to do that. So let's just play 5 cards and fully block. Not that one. I want to keep that one. 4 and 5. Alright, so it's going to cleanse the vulnerable, but 50 damage for 0 is pretty good. And we'll hold on to a Piercing Wail. Draw 3 cards is really nice, but Piercing Wail is just invaluable against this multi-attack. Okay, so this turn it's not doing anything. Could we kill it this turn? 75. It's fine. We'll take some free block, and we will wait. Yeah, we're not going to kill it this turn. So there's no point ticking up its counter. I'll keep a 0 cost. No, I'll keep a Piercing Wail. Who am I kidding? Piercing Wail is too good. So now it's back at 228 health, but we got 12 block already. We got a Dark Shackles, which is just better than Piercing Wail against this enemy. We are going to play Shivs to add poison, even if they have some major downsides. Alright, we hold Dark Shackles and Ritual Dagger. 11 times 3, this is a good turn for Dark Shackles. This is probably a good turn to get to 12. And I guess we'll just play a Quick Slash. This is 100 damage, but that does not kill. Alright, give me a Ritual Dagger and, I don't know, defend. We have 9 dexterity, so 3 energy, block 17 is not too shabby. Alright. That is a lot of attack coming in, but we fully heal at the end of the fight anyway. So dodge and roll blocks for 15, neutralize, reduces its damage by 40%, so what's 40% of 13? a little more than 4, so it rounds up to 5. So 8 times 3. So that blocks 15 damage also. And it also blocks next turn, but this also blocks next turn. So I think they're pretty equivalent. That's interesting. This blocks definitely next turn. And we'll hold on to the neutralize. So, you know, we take some damage, but health ain't nothing but a number. Do I want to play 9 cards this turn? I'm okay with that. I guess we could just kill it. One, 2, 3, 4. We'll hold this for next turn. Ritual Dagger and Piercing Wail plus. It is going to block a bit, but it is going to be pretty low on health. So, I don't think we're likely to kill this turn, so we will... But we're not going to be weak for long. So let's just fully block. Cool. And hold on to these two. We could wait one more turn for our upgrade. I don't think we need to do that. Let's get our pin nib one closer. And Bazinga! Hand Degrade might actually have been a better choice there because we're about to go to shop. Go to a shop. But I also really like having a big Ritual Dagger to deal with the Act 4 elites. So let's wrap up the run here. Healing, schmealing, yada yada. Dealing. Okay. Remove a strike? I mean, sorry, a bite. Or Fury in a Bottle. Fury in a Bottle, good. Or Dex Potion. Dex Potion, good. Or both? Lose Blessing of the Forge? No, we want to use Blessing of the Forge on well-laid plans against the heart. Fairy in a Bottle, Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is a really good common card because it's good in Act 1 and it's good later on. Cool, so, good Ritual Dagger. And then Piercing Wail fully blocks, and then we just do whatever we want. So yeah, that's nice. So that's why we spent so much time every fight trying to stack our Ritual Dagger up to a big number, and why we tried really hard to make sure we could end fights with our pin nib on 9, because then we get to start this fight like that. Which is a good way to start the fight. So we win this one for sure. We're already fully blocked, so let's hold on to this. I mean, I don't think we need to take damage in this fight if we don't want to. Well, it's trying. It is trying to hurt us. But I don't think it's gonna. I would like to leave pin nib at a good number. I'd like to leave pin nib at like 8 or 9. But it's not crucial. It's not like we're going to kill the heart on turn 1 with Ritual Dagger. I think this is good enough. We could also just use pin nib and start it stacking again, but it doesn't have enough health left for us to do that. This turn it just buffs, so we just apply some poison and chill. And we'll hold on to a Defend and a Piercing Wail. Oh, just a Piercing Wail. Piercing Wail will block for more. So now it's just going to die to poison eventually, but we can speed that up a little bit. And that seems like a pretty good fight to moi. I will not choose a card to retain. We are busy. We are fighting the heart. Lantern. Footwork plus. Or a backflip. Backflip is really good. We have a couple of acrobatics. We got a lot of card draw. I have a dream. and it's footwork plus. Plus Snecko helps with card draw. This Fairy in a Bottle or just Dex Potion? This Dex Potion looks old. Let's get a new one. Onto the heart. 10 block turn 1 means we can play our cards without fear. Applying weak is good. I'm not sure if these shivs were a good thing, honestly. But 20 damage 5 times is a good start. Gain some block, do some poison, and we can play all these attacks. Okay, so 12 poison, 3 weak, and 129 damage. Seems like a good turn. 6 more of those. We're in great shape. We should use our Dex Potion. Let's draw some cards. Defend into Acrobatics. What's our least important card? Probably Hand to Greet at this point. Bullet Time. We do want to upgrade the Wellite plans. More weak is more good. This blocks for a bunch this turn, even if it would be really nice on the multi-attacks. Do we want to take damage to apply poison? We're already taking damage. Let's just get it over with. Piercing Whale Plus will be really good against the multi-attacks. Yeah, 1 times 12. Oh, because we have Paper Crane, so it's dealing even less than usual. Take a little damage. 1 energy, block 12 is good enough. This pays for itself. I mean, these cards aren't very good to retain, but they're better than Void. It does nothing. We hopefully apply a bunch of poison. So, let's dodge and roll and venom. Poison Stab or Dagger Spray? This applies more poison. Does the same amount of damage. Do we want to draw some more cards? Get more energy? I think so. We can get an Infinite Blades into play. Yeah. Survivor plus for 0 energy seems really nice. We are already pretty much fully blocked. Alright, I think this fight is sorted. Let's get some block for next turn. Let's use that Pin Nib on Ritual Dagger for 168 damage against the heart. That seems like a pretty good payoff. We will hold on to a Survivor. It's not going to do the multi-attack next turn. Let's hold on to a Defend Plus. We do have 20 block next turn. So it looks like we're mostly dealing our damage with attacks rather than poison, but the poison is a really nice supplement. Okay, I think we play a lot of cards this turn. We get all our card draw out of the way first. I think Corpse Explosion is the least valuable card here, so let's draw a bunch. Well, we're going to want to hold on to a Piercing Whale, so we can lose a Defend. Okay. This just stacks Pin Nib. We'll hold on to these two. And hey, they cost the same amount they would without Snecko. Alright, it is failing to attack us. Let's get some block next turn. Let's hit it. Get some poison. Alright. Piercing Whale and Defend, so whether it does the big attack or the mini attack, we are pretty well set. And what do you know? Shiv wins the fight. Good run. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Just felt very powerful with the bird face turn and the mummified hand. That was a really fun power spam deck. Let's see what our final silent unlocks are. I think we got enough points. Okay. Concentrate. Discard 3 cards, gain energy. Setup. Put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile. It costs 0 until played. And a new rare. Grand Finale. Can only be played if there are no cards in your draw pile. Deal 50 damage to all enemies. So that's a big payoff for 0 energy, but a huge condition. Not necessarily cards I use often, but they're interesting. And I hope this run has been interesting. Thanks for watching. Bye.